Hi, I'm Margarita. I'm originally from Ukraine. I live in Maryland and I'm a single mom. I work full time and also I'm building a business alongside with that. So busy life.
A really tasty business with the macaroons and all the delicious baked things that we
Lots of temptations.
lots of temptations. And you're also working on your own body goals, which is super exciting. So let's talk about your body goals, okay? You recently came back for season 2 of your body recomposition, and we are already 8 pounds down. We're doing strategic fat loss before we focus on building more muscle to really build that beautiful hourglass shape. What made you sign up in the first place? Because you are someone who already worked out, you did CrossFit, and you pretty much eat relatively healthy, right? What was missing for you? Why did you sign up?
Absolutely, a great question. And as you pointed out, yes, I came with some experience, so I don't consider myself a beginner in the workout space. So my workouts actually were pretty consistent even outside of the program. What I felt was missing was that structure. I was eating healthy in the traditional sense, so definitely a variety of fruits and vegetables and things like that. But I still felt like for the amount of work that I put in at the gym, my body doesn't necessarily reflect that. So I wanted to transform my body and have more muscle definition and really look like I work out. So having that structure and accountability is something that's helping me achieve the result that I was looking for.
I love that. And we are 8 pounds down so far. How are you feeling? You mentioned that you love being in the bikini now and you feel excited for your vacation.
Yeah, definitely. I'm feeling my best. I'm really happy with the result. I think the pictures before after definitely show that as well. And just having that, for me, it's not as much about the body itself, but more like how I feel in my body. So I definitely feel a lot more confident. At the gym, I feel comfortable wearing a crop top. This is something that I was always shy to do, but now I feel very confident doing that. And going to the beach, I can put a bikini and not worry. So this is something that really is encouraging to see that motivation and helps me to keep going and continue doing what I'm doing.
I love that, and I'm sure everyone around you already notices your changes as well. Must be nice getting all the compliments.
Yeah, definitely. I actually went to get my nails done just yesterday, and my nail technician, well, I was wearing pants, so she couldn't really see, what was happening in the lower part of my body. But she's like, what have you been doing? I can see more muscle definition. You've lost weight, but it's not just you've lost weight. There's something else. I'm like, yeah, I'm working on it, and thank you for noticing. It's like the best compliment.
I love that, especially when women compliment women. I think it's just such a, I don't know, it's such a vibe. It's such a different energy. I love that
Yeah,
for you.
absolutely. And that's why I really appreciate the body goal girls group that we have as part of the program, because I really feel like it's a community of strong women who are motivated, and then they motivate each other, right? We post, oh, I went to the gym, I hit my protein goals, I hit my steps. So really everyone cheers for each other.
I agree. And you know what? Most of the women I work with, most of them are moms already. Some have 1 or 2 kids. I have one girl that has 3 kids, and it's always surprising. I don't have kids of my own yet, but it always surprised me how much women are actually capable of and able to do when they're moms. You would think there is less time, but this is exactly when you really want to prioritize yourself, because you just tend to put everybody first, especially your kids. And if you're building a business like yourself, for example, right, or you have a high demanding career, like majority of my clients, it's so easy to put yourself last. Do you find that having a coach and having an actual system helps you to still, like put yourself first and take care of yourself?
Absolutely. I've heard this analogy, and you hear it in podcasts or books, right? That we put the oxygen mask on ourselves first before helping someone else. So this is something that I try to keep in the back of my mind. to stay consistent with my workouts, with my steps, with my nutrition as well. But the other factor that motivates me is exactly my child. Like I want to be that example for him, for someone who's consistent, who's putting in the work and does something that's really hard. You know, he does fencing and often like sometimes he's like, oh, I don't feel like going. It's like, sometimes I don't feel like going to the gym, but I go anyway. That's what we do. Life gets hard sometimes, but we have to keep going. So I really want to be that example for him.
I love that, and I'm sure you are. You even mentioned that he's now a little bit more aware of his protein, and he's saying that, oh, I don't think I'm getting enough protein.
Yes, definitely for breakfast. Like, oh, serve me some yogurt because I want to make sure I have enough protein. So I love seeing that and seeing how he's making healthier choices.
I love that. Kids are watching. They're not gonna watch what you tell them. They're not gonna listen to that. They will see what you're doing and then they copy. So I love that for you, being such a role model for your son. Okay, so one thing you mentioned about the nutrition, right? So getting enough food and eating healthy, but how did your relationship with food changed inside of the coaching program in the past few months? Do you find that it's restrictive and it's difficult, or does it start to make a lot more sense now?
Overall, having the structure helps. Also, having some flexibility that is helpful. So in the past, years in the past, I've done diets where you eat certain foods and this is the amount and like you have to stick with it. And it's really hard. Like I feel it's really hard to maintain that and make it a part of your life. But here, working with you, it gives me certain targets. Like, okay, this is the amount of calories, amount of protein, and so forth. So with that, there's a little bit of flexibility in terms of, oh, I want ice cream. Now it's summer, I want to go out for ice cream with my son. Like, I find I can pretty easily put it a part of my day. And that means that I load up on protein in the morning, maybe I have a smaller dinner, but I can still have that flexibility. So that really is helpful. So yeah, I'm thinking what else maybe
this is definitely a big
add.
part of my coaching method is no restrictions in the diet plan. I also don't just give you a meal plan. I will teach you. I always joke about the analogy of I will teach you how to fish. I'm not just gonna give you the fish. Meal plans and diets don't work. The moment you are off that diet, whatever you lost or whatever your results were, they will come back plus some, right? So that's the negative part about any diet. A diet literally means elimination of one or two products or some sort of macronutrient, which could be very valuable to your health. And a lot of times when it's something restrictive, women will stay off of that. For example, you can't have chocolate, you can't have sweets, or you can't have carbs. The moment the diet is over, all you want is you can stop thinking about having some of that, having the carbs, having the chocolate. And that's how you gain it all right back. But here, if you know how to blend it in, I can literally have ice cream or chocolate every day. I could eat tacos every day if I want to, and have a glass of wine here and there and still have results. And that's exactly what this is about. It should be a part of a lifestyle, not just some strict system for the sake of just getting short-term results but not being able to keep them. So
Totally, and I have a sweet tooth, so it's important for me to have something sweet, after lunch or after dinner. So I find ways to build that into my macros plan for the day. And then one of the misconceptions that I think I had earlier in my fitness journey is that you should avoid carbs. And working with you has helped me realize that carbs are really important, especially for building muscle, building that strength, and having the energy at the gym. So that is helpful as well.
You know what's funny? Because right now we are in your strategic fat loss, and after you come back from the vacation, we are going to increase your carbs so we could actually build more of the glutes, have more definition in your legs and arms. And most women think it's exactly what you said, like restricting on carbs, eating less. There is a time and a place for both methods, But with you, you'll see how much more you're gonna need to eat, and that's usually a shock, and you're gonna end up looking even better. So,
Well, I'm excited for that because even now on deficit, I see that my numbers at the gym go up, but I wonder, okay, once we add carbs to it, I should see even more or better results in terms of weights and PRs at the gym.
absolutely. Let's talk about the workouts because most women think that they need to do just the more the better. You currently have, we are with 4 workouts right now.
Right, one of them is cardio and three strength
So you have
trainings.
3 strength workouts and 1 intentional cardio workout. So truly 3 strength workouts is all it takes to change your body composition. And you've been amazing in terms of sending videos to double check your form. Most women think, oh, how can I work with an online coach? How does it even work? It's a PDF workout plan and that's it, and you do it on your own and a meal plan. Tell me a little bit how often we chat and how much you send your form videos and how is the feedback for you? Because we've never met. I'm in Boston, you're in Maryland, like we never met, right? I'm just in person online.
That is true. And, you know, when I joined this program, I mentioned I came from the CrossFit world. So it's a group session where oftentimes the technique, right, the form is shown. So I have to admit, I was a little bit anxious about going to the gym and working out on my own. Like, can I figure out this equipment? Like, I don't know which buttons to press or how to adjust it. So definitely it has helped me to send videos, and I usually get feedback from you within 24 hours or less. Most of the time it's less. So I can make adjustments for the next time and then send it again. It's like, is this better? So definitely it's very helpful to have that almost instant feedback to adjust. And, you know, now I feel very comfortable at the gym. Like I know people, I know most of the coaches, I say hi. So definitely that level of comfort has increased for sure.
I love that. So confidence in the gym, confidence in the bikini. What else has changed for you as a single mom and a business owner and someone who just like doing the most? What has changed for you since you joined?
Well, it's something that you said in the recent coaching call, and I may not say it word to word, but the idea is that we show up in one area of our life the same way that we show up in others. And that really resonated with me. Like, okay, if I want to be great at my career, which I'm still building, you know, my career full time and building a business, if I want those areas to be successful, I have to show up here because it kind of translates from one area to the next. So that mindset helps. And I think what I would add to it is that ability to keep going, even though you may not see immediate results today. And that is true everywhere, not only in building your body, but building a business. Like, I've been putting so much work for a year and I'm not getting a lot back just yet, but just going on that fate. If I continue doing hard things, then I will see the result. So not focusing on that immediate gratification, but kind of long-term horizon.
I love that. I always put the same analogy. I compare it to finances. It's almost like everyone really wants to see instant results, and we're just so programmed by social media and just everything else that's around us in terms of the fitness and how quick your results supposed to be, like the 30-day shred, the 7-day abs, the 2-day detox and 5 pounds down. Like, come on, right? It's like winning a lottery today and you wouldn't even have the skills to keep that money. Let's say you won $1 million. You wouldn't know what to do with it unless you already have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the support system to help you invest and make more out of it. Most people go broke, even worse than before they won the million. But if we reverse that and we stack our wins, like we stack our fitness progress, and compare that to putting aside $100 every week, will you have a lot of money by the end of the year? For sure. Do you see it accumulating fast in the very beginning? Probably not, right? But at the end of the year, you're going to have a good stack. And that's exactly with the fitness progress too. And I love that you put it back into your business because it takes time. And how we do one thing is how we do everything. How you show up in one area is how you're going to show up in every area. And in the fitness world, as coaches, we always say, you want to be successful, you want to build a business, start with building your body first. Because you're really gonna lock in. You will see how much effort it truly takes, and you will learn to appreciate it so much more after, because you're gonna build the patience that comes with all of that.
Absolutely. And I do believe that people perceive you differently as well when you're able to negotiate better deals, because they see a person, like, they look disciplined.
You said it. I love it. I instantly give somebody a lot more credit, assuming they're more successful just because they are in shape. I have a lot of very fit people around me just because of my industry and my network, but I just always assume they're more successful than others. Someone who is in shape has the integrity, has the consistency, has the patience, and has, like that real work ethic, right? So you naturally want to do business with those type of people. So I love that. Okay, Margarita, one quick message to maybe a single mom who is career driven, who is also maybe building her business, and someone who wants to, maybe she already works out too, but she knows she has that next level for herself with her body goals. She knows she wants to build the glutes and change her body shape and feel super confident in the bikini again, or maybe for the first time in her life. What would you tell her?
Great question. I would say those goals are definitely possible, and I wish this woman can believe in herself and to see those dreams come true. The only thing that is missing maybe is that structure, that accountability, that supportive group that will cheer you on this journey. But all that is totally possible. And the last thing that I would add is that having that understanding that you're doing this for yourself, like you come first and no one else will do this for you. Sometimes when I feel like going off track with my macros, I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this for Masha, I'm doing this for myself. So like, be honest with yourself. But it's totally possible and achievable with the right steps.
I love that. So it's okay to be a little selfish. It's okay to put yourself first, being a mom, and that the goals are yours for a reason. It's only up to you to go and get them. And the one missing piece is possibly the right structure and the accountability.
Absolutely.
I love this. I'm excited for the rest of your fitness journey. You have locked in for the full months on this, for the full year on this transformation. And we already have 6 months behind us. Now it's a brand new season. So let's see what comes next. For everybody else, stay tuned.